Is adventure riding dangerous? This can be a tough question to answer, and it's a very relevant question for two reasons. One, there is a big increase in middle-aged and older riders getting into motorbike riding. In many cases, it's baby boomers coming back into the sport now, often called born-again bikers. They have raised families, have plenty of spare time, and often heaps of cash to throw at a big flash adventure bike. Two, then there are guys in the same position, but they have never ridden before. And instead of opting for a quiet retirement and waiting for death, they want to make the most of life and try new things like motorbiking for the first time. The accident statistics do show a big increase in fatalities and injuries among older motorbike riders. And of course, the media loves to sensationalise this and interpret the data to shock people, as though grey-haired riders are going crazy out there with speed, alcohol and stunt riding. But these figures are just what you would expect when younger people are riding less and older people are riding more. Unfortunately, there are no real statistics for adventure riders, but my theory is that adventure riding will probably be much safer than road riding, or it has the potential to be. Why? Well, road riders typically spend a lot of time in cities or nearby on crowded roads. Statistically, accidents involving other vehicles are usually not the rider's fault. It's the driver's. Sure, riders can adopt strategies to reduce risks, but you are exposed to the shit driving skills of drivers, and it becomes a game of chance. Then there is your single vehicle accident, just the rider. Statistically, this is when it's usually the rider's fault. Well, duh. Coming into corners too fast, not wearing a helmet, over-braking. Essentially, it comes down to the shit skills of you, the rider. Now, I think this is great news for adventure riders. If your aim is to get away from the big smoke, you are also getting away from all those drivers. And instead of playing Russian roulette, you have much more control over your own safety. So, what can we do to make adventure riding safer? There is a growing tendency for middle-aged riders to buy much bigger and heavier bikes than in the past, whether it's road or adventure bikes.
Trapped under your bike again? Bleeding to death? Can't breathe? Buy our new Porter crane from KTM. Only $24,000 for the first 10 corners.
So our cashed up boomers see that shiny 1200 or 1290 and say, "It shall be mine." If you're relatively new to riding, maybe just shoot yourself in the head instead. It's quicker, easier and less messy. And look, even if you were a skilled rider 20 years ago, you probably don't realise how rusty you are. And you will probably crash trying to prove how good you are in middle age. Consider something much smaller and lighter, at least to start with. Wear a helmet, duh, and get good protective gear. Recent research does show older motorbike riders are far more likely to brake instead of bounce due to weaker bones. We have more fat and less muscle, so again, less protection. And also, trauma to our thorax is more likely due to having less chest wall elasticity. So consider good body armour that also extends to protecting your back and chest as well. Know yourself. Some of us are risk takers, others aren't. If you are a risk taker, always be aware of your comfort zone. It goes something like this. High visibility. Research supports the use of white helmets, high-vis riding gear, leaving your headlight on. Maybe consider some driving lights too. Do some rider training. It's good to see adventure riding coaching emerging in some countries. Consider minimising your road riding. Sometimes I tow my DR650 out to the dirt roads, then start riding. Does that make me a wimp? Sure, but if I'm going to die, I want it to be my fault, not some idiot car driver in the city trying to text on his phone while he's eating a burrito. If you are getting a motorbike for the first time or returning after a long break, maybe consider getting a dirt bike first. Dirt riding occurs in an incredibly unpredictable environment. You learn so many skills so rapidly that can then protect you on public roads. And while you crash, it's almost never lethal. So there you have it, why we think adventure riding can be a relatively safe way to enjoy life on two wheels. Or at least, you have far more control over how safe it is. So what do you guys think? Have you got more tips for rider safety? Keen to hear your thoughts, as we will do a vid specifically on injury prevention later on.